Hey, Scott. Yeah, we're still waiting on the first trade for Nubank. This is the world's most valuable digital bank. The Brazilian startup's IPO is seen as a milestone for Latin American tech companies. I'm told a lot of entrepreneurs have really looked up to Nubank and its CEO, David Velez, as an example of how to build a high-growth tech company there and attract high-profile investors. Nubank's pre-IPO backers include Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway, Sequoia, Tiger Global's on that list, and Peter Thiel's Founders Fund. And they're not the only private investors rushing into Latin America, especially in fintech and e-commerce. Year to date, that region has brought in just under $15 billion in VC funding. That's up threefold from a year ago, according to CB Insights. Countries like Brazil and Colombia have a young, mobile native population with some of the highest internet engagement rates in the world. And a lot of people moved online everywhere during the pandemic, boosting user growth for the startups there. And when it comes to Nubank, though, it might also be a challenging landscape to go public. If you look at some of the high growth public comparisons for Nubank. dLocal, that was a hot fintech IPO this year, negative year to date. Mercado Libre, Stone as well. Those stocks have taken a hit lately. It's also been a tough couple of months for the flagship U.S. fintechs. You've got Square and PayPal, after being some of the biggest 2020 winners, also negative for the year as investors rotate away from growth. Take a look at SoFi, though. That stock outperforming after its SPAC merger. It's up about 30% year to date. Scott.
Appreciate that, Kate Rooney. Thank you very much. Josh Brown, what do you know about this one?
So this is one of those fintech apps that I think is poised to become what they call a super app. I don't think that the average consumer, whether it's in Brazil, Colombia, or the United States, or really anywhere in the world, is looking to have an entire page on their iPhone filled with different financial apps. So all of these fintech companies are going to have to get very good at incorporating everything from insurance to lending to credit card to payments, et cetera. So this is one of those companies that got to jump on that concept. They've been very good at bringing in new users, 40-some-odd million users. And by the way, this is not even Berkshire's first investment in Latin American fintech. I heard StoneCo mention STNE. That's another one, had a tough year. But this one's exciting. I'm very interested in learning more about it, following it closely. I'm definitely keeping it on my screen.
I figured you probably were. All right, biotech has underperformed this year. Earlier this week, the man you just heard from, Josh Brown, told you to look at that sector for growth in the new year. Now a bunch of bullish calls on those stocks. They're doing just that. We'll debate them next.